Hi, my name's Alistair Chapman, and in this video we're going to take a look at the matrix settings in custom mode in this camera, the Sony's PXW-FS7. The colour settings and the way the camera responds to colour are adjusted in the paint settings under matrix. You have the ability to turn on a preset matrix. So if we turn on the preset matrix, we can now choose from one of 5 built-in colour matrices, each one giving a slightly different colour response. The 5 preset matrices are standard, which gives normal standard colour, high saturation, which gives a boost to colours, they are more vivid, FL light. FL light is designed to help you shoot under fluorescent lighting or other light sources that may have a large amount of green in them. Many low-cost LED panels and fluorescent lights contain extra green, which can make skin tones and faces in particular look a little bit sickly sometimes. By using the FL light matrix, you can remove that green tint and it gives a much more natural looking picture under fluorescent light sources. The cinema matrix gives a slightly desaturated, a little bit more film-like look to your pictures, and F55-709-like is there if you want to match an FS7 to Sony's PXW-F55 camera. I actually really like the F55-like matrix. I think it gives a really nice colours. Now if you find that once you've chosen a particular matrix you're still not happy with the colours in that matrix, you can change them. The easiest way to do that is to use the multi-matrix function. So again, in the paint settings, if we go to multi-matrix and we turn it on, we can now start adjusting individual colours within the camera's colour response. There are 2 ways to choose the colour that you're going to adjust in the multi-matrix. One is to centre that colour in the middle of the frame and use the auto detect function to detect that colour. The other is to set it manually. I actually prefer to use the manual setting and select each colour manually and adjust it this way. To use the colour detection function, you need to centre the colour that you want to choose in the middle of the frame. And when your colour is centred, you click execute. The camera should then select that colour and you should see a hatched line pattern over anything in your scene that is the colour you are about to adjust. When you go back to the multi-matrix main menu page, you should see the colour that you've selected indicated. For example, in this case R for red. Then you can adjust the hue, which changes the tint of that colour, and the saturation, which changes the intensity of the colour. Note that although only one colour is indicated at a time in the multi-matrix menu page, you can adjust all the different multi-matrix axes at the same time. So you can make a wide range of adjustments across many colours within your scene at any one time. A word of caution with the multi-matrix is to check with a wide range of scenes and colours that the settings that you're using aren't going to give any strange or undesirable results before you go out and start shooting with your new settings. If you've made changes to your paint settings in the camera, then it's a good idea to save these for future reference. And this is very easy to do. You go to the camera's main menu, you go to the File page, and you go to the Scene File page. Once in the Scene File page, you'll see that there are options for recalling and storing to the camera's internal memory, as well as to an SD card. Obviously, if you want to save on an SD card, you must have a formatted SD card in the camera. The first thing that you need to do to save a scene file is to give it a name, and that's done through the File ID function, and give the file something that's easy to remember or relevant to the way the picture looks. Once you've given the file an ID, you can then save it either to the internal memory of the camera or to an SD card. My preference is to save the scene files to an SD card because there are only 5 internal memories in the camera, so you can only save 5 different sets of settings. And by saving it to an SD card, if you want to copy that scene file to another camera, perhaps you've rented in a second camera for your shoot, then you simply take your SD card out of your camera, put it in the second camera and recall the scene file in the other camera. It's really very simple and very easy.